Let's talk about three excuses that I repeatedly hear from people on why they're not investing in real estate. All right, but before I do, you see me, I'm in my yellow and my purple. Mardi Gras is alive and well here in New Orleans. Still having a good time, but still knocking out these videos. One video a day for the first 100 days of 2025. Let's get it. All right, so these three excuses, I've heard them 100 different ways, but let's boil them down to the first one. Courtney, I'm not investing in real estate because I don't have any money. All right. I'm not going to say boohoo, let's cry over this, but the reality is you're not alone. This is the number one excuse. Now, the reality there is, okay, I understand. For example, maybe say, Courtney, I don't have 100,000 to go invest in real estate. I don't. Well, what do you have? Number one, do you have, for example, a good credit score? Do you have a good paying job where you could qualify for a bank loan? Do you have discretionary income that you could start saving? Do you have, first of all, what do you currently have? So you want to assess from there. The second part of that is I frequently talk about the deals that you currently do are a direct reflection of your mindset. So what you believe is possible, both in general, but also for yourself. And then it's also um, a direct reflection of your skill set. So what you know, so information that you can turn into action. So the deals that you're currently doing are a direct reflection of what you believe is possible that you can do and what information can you turn into action. So if you say, Courtney, I don't have money, that also is telling me that you are limited in your thinking and you're limited in your skill sets. Improve your thinking, get exposed to how do investors frequently fund their deals. Because I promise you, many of us have had the same objection. We just learned to upgrade our thinking to find out what was actually possible. We exposed ourselves to the different ways investors finance their deals, and that opened us up to the world of being able to buy more deals. And so that, first of all, the exposure part, the mindset part, right? But then you have to learn about it and then take that learning to where you can take and put it into action. Super, super important, you guys. So don't tell me you don't have money. Tell what that tells me is I haven't learned how to be resourceful. I haven't learned how to, for example, use other people's money. I haven't learned what my next steps are to not depend on my own money to do real estate investing. All right. Second excuse that I get, I'm just waiting for, Courtney, I'm not investing in real estate because I'm just waiting for the perfect deal, or, I never find great deals. Okay. Deals are not going to come up and just smack you in the face. Let's be very clear. They are going to be something that you have to learn how to find. They're not going to have neon lights that are blinking saying, hey, you should absolutely buy this. This is a smoking hot deal. Okay. So you've got to learn what makes something a deal. And then you have to learn how to find them. But more than that, deals are not found, they're created. And so it is a skill set. In the same way it's a skill set to fund deals, it is a skill set to find deals. So you've got to inform yourself for that. All right. Again, stop waiting for it to smack you in the face. Now, as far as the perfect deal, if you're waiting for a house that, is worth 200,000 to be available for 100,000 and it only needs, paint and carpet, so it needs very little work. So paint and flooring is very little work. And you want it at a deep discount, 50% off, be careful. Be careful because that's going to leave you on the sideline for a very long time because you're looking for a unicorn. All right. Or you need to have very specialized skills to get those types of deals repeatedly. Okay. All right. So that is something I want to encourage you. Go learn how to find deals. If that's the biggest thing stopping you, in the same way, if the biggest thing stopping you is money, go learn about money, how to fund deals, right? If the biggest thing that's stopping you is finding deals, go learn how to create deals, how to find them and make them happen. The third excuse that I frequently get, Courtney, I am not investing in real estate because I'm afraid and I don't want to lose money. Let's talk about that. It's very real reality. Because in real estate, you can make some money, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose some money and you can lose a lot of money. So the reality there is, I understand that fear, but don't let fear stop you. I want to encourage you to build in some, kind of, you remember like bowling, right? Build in some bumper guards. So what can that look like? True education from experienced people on what you're trying to do can help you. And also having mentors who can be a sounding board that you can send, questions to, and they can come back to you and say, hey, so don't go to them and be like, hey, ask them some really big, vague question. Do some research up front, but have some mentors that you could say, hey, can I bounce this idea off of you? Can I bounce this deal off of you? And get your thoughts. I believe education and surrounding yourself with experienced investors is a form of like those bumper guards. It's a form of safety. Now, who you learn from matters, so that matters too. But those are the things that I believe can really help you. At the same time, your job as an investor is to assess risk and know when to pull the trigger. So that's also something that you've got to acknowledge is, if you're super risk adverse, there's a level there. The question has to be, when would you pull the trigger? And if it's all perfect scenarios, that's not going to work, right? Because it's never going to be perfect. Someone once told me that a common trait among successful people is that they were comfortable with a level of ambiguity, meaning they didn't have it all figured out um, before they took their first step. So, for example, go learn step 1, 2, and 3, and don't worry about step 20. You've got to have a level where you say, hey, I've got to take that leap of faith and get out there. And I may not have all the answers, right? And so understand, by getting out there and doing, there's a lot you will figure out along the way. But obviously you do want to put some safeguards in. You do want to act smart and safely and minimize risk, right? And so those things are important. I believe true proper education can help with that. So with that being said, guys, those are 3 excuses. I hope I was able to bust up some of those excuses. And I want to encourage you, whatever is stalling you, whatever that is, whether it's one of these 3 excuses or something narrow down on that and really pick it apart and find out how can you overcome that objection and move forward. Because until you acknowledge it, until you overcome it, it's going to keep you back. And I want to see you take action and change your life. Keep in mind, this may sound like a strong statement, but I firmly believe it, that your life is your fault. And so if you're saying, hey, I've been wanting to invest in real estate for years, but I've just been so afraid of this, or I've been held back by this. Okay, take some responsibility. Say, hey, I haven't invested in years. For the last 10 years I've been saying I'm going to invest in real estate. Say, that's my fault, and I am going to be the one to change that. I am going to be the one who is going to figure out the path forward and start investing in real estate. That's a nice thought. Hope you guys are having a great day. For those who are local to New Orleans, happy Mardi Gras. Laissez le bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll, you guys. See you guys tomorrow.